Therefore, we're going to shut down the whole place. So now they got all the stuff, and you just go there and just look in the book and find out what you want and go ask them for it. I said, oh, okay. So I go back. He said, no, we don't sell none of this stuff, this dark stuff. I said, oh, so now you're getting like Christianity now. They done kept all the knowledge from all the people now, talking about they going to hell. And I said, you supposed to be metaphysical people, and y'all turn around doing the same damn thing. We talking about bringing people to the light. We're talking about like the shamans. The shamans say, they go back. We don't deal with what we might want it to be or what we might like it to be. We deal with what is. I said, well, goddamn it, what is? I said, that's relative to your ass. I said, what is fucked up in my damn community. So what you talking about? Deal with what the fuck it is. I said, somebody done dealt us a shitty damn debt. And we supposed to do something about the damn thing. I said, I hear with the man, we deal with what is. I said, oh, I see what it is, because y'all trying to keep this shit afloat. And I said, oh, I got it now. But I said, oh, it ain't even about the ritual. I said, no, man, you don't understand. I said, quiet as kept, man. So you done fucked up. I said, you should have got the shit back in '94. I said, I done bought off every book in the East Coast. I got all the damn shit there. And I said, I ain't looking for nothing ritualistic, because that shit, I said, that stuff don't even work for me. I said, my power's so damn high, that stuff, because the Spirit said, man, what the hell you doing them rituals? The power is within your ass. You can't get no more out of your ass than what you are. So, yeah, we give you the energy, but it's the same damn energy you had before you did the shit. I said, I'm looking for some doggone stuff, some stuff that are concept. I said, I'm dealing with it on the intellectual level because I'm already spiritual. And I said, it's a concept. No, you don't need to be dealing with that either. I said, oh, okay. I said, I was just playing with the damn man. That's right. I had done got all the stuff years ago. That's it. I wasn't even looking for nothing. I was just seeing where these mugs was. And I said, okay, we got the ultimate power now. I said, okay, you talking about the dark side. And I said, I see where y'all going now with this thing. And so now what it is, they done put up Deepak Chopra and all these people, and they got them meditating, and all this sort of stuff. And they got all these thousands of crackers meditating and all this kind of stuff here, and all that kind of shit. I say, oh, I get it now. Only thing we got to do is find out who the hell we are, and the melanin will already line up for your ass. You ain't got to do no ritual and no worship and all that old shit, because that's for white people. We did stuff like that years ago because we had to keep the civilization we had afloat. And we manipulated the physical realm in the temples. But now, in the book of law, it says all rituals are African. So it's not talking about a ritual is doing something to a deity to get some particular energy or favors. Since you are the deity incarnate, the book of law says, no God where I am, hide and all that. You see what I'm saying? The elect in the book of Enoch said the elect is here. The angels, the Zohar says, the ancient Zohar says what? The angels, the man on earth said God is on high. Well, the angels in heaven say the man live on earth. Elijah Muhammad said there was a black man on Mars and he used to worship the niggas down here. That's right. Used to worship your ass. That's right. The black man on Mars. So now, dealing with this particular science, we just got to become. Now, let's go into some other stuff so you can understand this. Now, the Satan that we're talking about here is not no devil up under the ground. It's talking about the deepest part of your subconscious. Okay? I'm going to clear it up in a few minutes. Let's go on. Set is the epitome of the subconscious activism. This God is supreme importance, not only in the primitive spirit, but also the formula of sex magic. Satan, a god worshipped by the Yazetis in Lower Mesopotamia. Difference between history and some mythology that's got you scared. Shaitan is a god worshipped by the Yazeti tribe in Lower Mesopotamia, the ancient source of the Sumerian tradition. The biblical version of this god as Satan is degenerated and degraded, and the meaning of power, which was originally represented and made the formula of a cult on a supreme level, became the epitome of evil by the actual Christians. They just took an ancient god, one man's god is another man's devil, and turned it around. And basically they just said, all the ancient black world, we're going to rebel against your stuff. Now, Set, our word black, word soot derives from this incalculable ancient name. Set was the primordial god of the Egyptians. No earlier god exists in human history of the race. Shaitan, a deity of the Yazidis worshipped in Lower Mesopotamia, source of the Sumerian tradition. The name Shaitan is a form of Set. Now I'm going to break this thing down and then I'm going to show you what this shit is in a few minutes. The word Shaitan is a form of Set. Now, in many Kabbalistic meanings in which has been dealt with fully, it conceals the magical formula of sex magic and the current means of Satan's work, who has failed to the corruption of Satan's name, who has failed to understand the true formula because they degraded the image. Now, look at this. Sirius, the dog star, in arcane tradition, a vast star, Sirius, symbolizes the sun behind the sun, i.e., the true father of the universe. Sirius was the primordial star of all times. He was known in Egypt as the doubling one, therefore the creator and the reflector. Sirius was known as Set, the original headless one in the lower region of the south, was known in Egypt as On, the dog, hence Set-On, Satan, the lord of infernal regions. The place that was later interpreted as the moral place as hell. So you get the word On, which comes from Anubis, you get the word Set, and you put them together and you get Set-On in Egypt. Mesopotamia, you get Shet-On or Shet-On. You also get the word Tit-On in Chaldea, and then from Chaldea, from Greece, you get the word Titan. You get it? You get the word Titan. Now, let's go on. Because we got to go into the demon part. That's the part right there on what you got to deal with. Okay, come on. Okay, yeah, we got to go into the demon part. That's the part that's dealing with the inner subconscious. See, Titan? Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I got to go. My
Yeah.
husband came to
Yeah.
pick me up.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you like a real low question
Yeah.
before I go.
Yeah.
Y'all talk to one another.
You want me? Yeah. Whoever needs to sit down, grab a seat or whatever. Okay. All right, let's at least try to finish the video so for people to study beyond the lecture, okay? Y'all ready? So I need a little quiet. All right. Now this one gonna really get you. You ready? Okay. You ready? Satan. Testing. Testing. Oh. That it? Testing. Okay. This word. All of this particular information can be accessed by Jeremiah's Ancient Egypt Light of the World, Book of the Beginnings, Volume 2. Book of the Beginnings is the origins of this particular stuff, Volume 2, which is a monumental work, which was kept out of sight of the government for years. Only the people that accessed it was the black scholars that did it and all, and they did it for the simple fact that he went into the British Museum and pulled up all this particular information, and they didn't want this stuff to get out because it would have torn up Christianity. Satan, the word derives from African roots, Sut meaning black, On meaning dog, jackal, which represents the father of the wolf, the dark god of ancient Egypt, or the dark twin of the bright Horus. Known as Set or Sut, the word of darkness, which our word Sut-On Anubis, was the earliest form of Set Horus, the god of the double star Sothis, Sirius, the dog star. Set-On, combined with the image of the blackbird Set, is the golden jackal of the desert, and the dark and bright twins. The Christians moralized Set-On and became the adverse opposite, making Set evil and Horus good. In the earliest, i.e. Typhonian phase of symbolism, On was the lunar calf at 8, sacred as the dog-faced baboon in the primal mysteries. Hence, the 8th black bird of the dog became still for the Christian zoo type of primal evil. Now, what is this particular Set? In order to find out what this particular Set is, you must understand this particular word, which is called had it, which in Arabia it is called this word. Get this right. In Arabia, get this right. In Arabia, it's called this word. Cadith. The primal creative energy, hadith or cadith, abides as cold waves named cadith signifies the dimension beyond the gap, awaking the dream consciousness. It comes cadith in the Chaldean form is called hadith. Hadith, an infinitely small atomic point. Bindu, hadith is the hidden God. Had is one ad or dab or thoth, which set produces Yog Sathos. Now, it says that Had is the Chaldean form of the god Shaitan, which is Mesopotamia. Had means the black dot or Das. So what is Satan? It simply means melanin. Your true essence or your true subconscious is what it actually means. Now, Carnazon, a triple destination of ego that needs to be brought into play on the ultimate realization of phenomena. Carnazon dissolves the ego as regarded to ego in the essence of evil. The concept of Carnazon is vitally important of the magic of Mob Zone, which Carnazon is actually talking about, dissolving the ego, and how you dissolve this particular ego is to face the true self in what you are, which is the dark substance of demonology. Now let's explain this to you. See this? Let me explain this to you. What this is. In this particular book, the book Pacts with the Devil, they'll tell you that they're going to go into the Grail stone, because the Grail cup was also called a Grail stone. And as you know, I've taught many times, anytime you hear the word stone, that means melanin. So before it was the Grail cup or the Holy Grail, it was in Arthurian mysteries. Get the movie Excalibur to understand that it was called the Grail stone, which is called the stone of Lucifer. From the stone, a flint stone. You get the flint stones. All that shit is made up as flint, fire, spark, stone, Lucifer, light bringer. Light bringer. Is it breaking up again? Oh, that's strong there. I can touch it and see that. Yeah. So you want me to put it in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, want me to put it in? Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Anyway, Lucifer as light bringer simply means pineal gland. Now, what is the Lord of Hell? The Lord of Hell, Osiris, means the black one. In Egyptian mysteries, symbolic of generative power, operating from the darkness of Amenta in magical terms. The hidden God infuses the signal of vitality in darkness and forgetfulness of the subconscious. Mythology, the father Horus is the Manichaeans in Amenta and the sacred bull. And what this means is basically that Osiris is also a form of the deep form of the subconsciousness, is what it's actually talking about. The deepest form of the actual of the subconsciousness is what it's actually talking about. Now, you remember I told you about a mythology that I say you could get in you can get it in Miriam Lichen's book. Miriam Lichen's book called Ancient Egyptian Literature. You could also get it in E. Wallace Budge's book called From Fetish to God in Ancient Egypt. And you could also get it in E. Wallace Budge's book called The Legends of the God. And in that particular book, it talked about the destruction of mankind. And in the destruction of mankind, it was supposed to be these mankinds that conspired against Ra. But in this particular part, there's another twist to the particular story. This particular mankind was a kind of man. This particular mankind was this man that was not a man at all. He was a kind of man, which is the white man. Anyway, they took Ra, seeing them supposedly conspiring against him, and he sent out Hathor, Heru, to destroy them. She got halfway and did a certain job, and then he sent out Sekhmet. Now, Sekhmet in the book The Devil, Jeffrey Burton Russell in this particular book, The Devil, is supposed to be a form of the devil. Anyway, Sekhmet was getting ready to destroy these people, and Ra put some beer out there and got her drunk so she could not destroy mankind. So who the hell is Ra? It's all in the book Jeffrey Burton Russell's book, and it talks about that particular part also, that particular part. Now, in the Avon book, remember the brother John Cheney introduced this to me. They say when the comet rises in the neighborhood of Sirius, which is Satan, there will be great difficulties in the house of kings, and brother will rise up against brother, and there shall be war and famine. And these things, the worshipers of the dog will rejoice. That's us, the dog star. And these conflicts and the spoils of these conflicts, we will grow fat. What that is talking about the energy that the government don't want you to understand, actually growing fat from the spoils of war, which means when you take out something and you actually reap the harvest from that particular part. That's in the Necronomicon, a little book from Avon, in Avon. Now, what we're talking about is this here. Most of the people out here thinking that the nature is going to take you out. The nature cannot take you out. The nature cannot destroy itself. It does a certain amount of destruction like a hurricane, but then it peters out. It's not strong enough. The stuff that is going to take us out is the stuff that's beyond nature, which is the carbonated substance or the triple blackness of space, which is in the melanin. So what we're talking about is being beyond this world, and that's what's going to actually do this particular thing. The nature right now is only reacting because our energy and subconscious has grown higher than the sun up there, and so therefore the lower energies that used to rule the world does not have the power to do it now, and because of your energy is so strong, and it don't take a lot of them, just take the ones that open up, it's actually changing the actual weather system, and it's all done by you. But because you confused, and we are confused, the damn weather is hot one day, cold the next day, freezing the next day, and all that type of stuff. But we're talking about a polarization, but we are still seeing the manifestation of this particular energy that's actually happening right now at this particular time. Now, this is what it means. Water is the ultimate elixir. Now, let me explain this to you. I explained it the last time, but I need to go back in this again. In the book, let me get this book for you. In this book, in this particular book here called Kabbalah Unveiled, it says this on page 116. Let me explain this science. I broke this up in so you can understand this. All you got to do right now, the main thing you got to do, all the herbs and all that type of stuff might sustain the physical body, but we're trying to go out of that. So we're talking about going from the physical to the spiritual. And the only thing that connects with the spiritual is water. Now let me explain this to you. It says this: the dew and moisture of the brain of the ancient macrocosmos or microcosmos. And it says this: from the skull distilleth a dew upon him, which is external, and fulfills his head daily. From this dew which floweth down his head, that mainly which is external, the dead are raised up to the world to come. Now, very key that you understand that. Let me go back and read this again. It says, from the skull, your skull, of the brain is a dew. Upon this brain, upon him, is a dew upon him, which is external. Something that's external means it's not internal. It's external. That means you got to take it. Now listen. Which filleth his head daily. Now, and from this dew which floweth down his head, mainly, which is external, the dead are raised up into the world to come. And they says also talk about this in concerning it is written in C-A-N-T. What is that in the Bible? C-A-N-T. Canticles verse 2. So I don't know if that's the Bible or the Torah. The dead, my head is filled with dew, which is not written. It is filled with dew, but it is filled. And it is written in Isaiah chapter, 26, verse 19. The dew of light is thy dew of light. That is from the brightness of the ancient one. And by this dew are nourished the holy supernal ones, and that manna which is prepared is in the world to come. That dew is distilled upon the holy ground of apple trees. This is which is written in Exodus chapter 16, verse 14. And when the dew is gone up, behold, upon the face of the desert, a small round thing, that's the black dot. And the appearance of this dew is white, like unto color of the crystal stone, which appeareth in the color of itself, which is written in Numbers chapter 5, verse 7, the varieties and the varieties of the crystals. This is in the book Kabbalah Unveiled, which is a must read. Now, what does this mean? Huh? What? One left what? You got one of them come? Yeah, it's a must read. You got one left and stuff. Don't walk out with, this is a must read. Now, let me explain this to you. In your head is a bunch of melanin. Bunch of melanin. Let's say if this is your head. Since we're doing the bald head thing now, shit. You know, hell, do it that way. Let's say, this is your head. In the base of the spine, you know the spine is here, with 32 columns. That's where you get your 33rd degree. Your 30 to 32 columns. The base of the spine is the most concentrated part of the melanin. In this particular part here is the pineal gland. In the pineal gland, the melanin comes up in this particular part because this melanin never stops moving. Melanin never stops moving. It's chaos here. Here it comes to the pineal gland, which is the Lucifer light bringer. That's what the light bringer is. In here, this particular melanin comes, and this particular melanin comes, and it becomes a hard rock. It's not calcified. It's a hard black stone called the philosopher's stone, or the stone that the builders reject will become the cornerstone. The stone that the builders reject will become the cornerstone. That's the stone of the wise, or the stone of Lucifer, or the stone of God, which is inside of your pineal gland, this particular. So what it is this melanin never stops moving. So in order to get it out of the universe, it has to come right here, because the universe, it says in this particular book that both man and God in their beings contain the universe. But where God is all potential, man is made the perfecting agent to manifest God on this planet. You see what I'm saying? So you self-created. Created yourself to come down here to change this shit. And so this is the universe right here. You see, they say the cracker's so crafty, he even took a picture of this shit. Leo Africa said, they got a picture of this shit. Now, I don't know, that cracker's something. And they said the shit looked like a universe. They went in the black man's brain and took a picture of this shit. They also went to Arabia and stole a piece of the goddamn Kaaba. You know the damn devil is something. They said, them motherfuckers over there worshiping the Kaaba, we gonna steal a piece. Brought it back to a lab and it's pure melanin, carbon. But the carbon from the universe never stops moving, just like the other universe never stops moving. It's chaos sphere. In order for it to come to a standstill, it has to come through the pineal gland, and the pineal gland synthesizes it and makes it a hard rock, a black rock, a stone, the monolith, the black stone. But inside this stone is one seed of light, which is called salt. That's where you get the word salt from. The word sun in Egypt, this is another sun, this is the sun behind the sun, Sirius, is called Sol. You get Sol, Amun, hidden sun. Solomon. It was a principle. It never was a person. You, Solomon. The wisdom of Solomon, ancient wisdom of ancient black people. These biblical characters never existed as individuals. They were passed down from generation to generation. Just the Hebrews historicalized them. So Saul becomes salt. You see, or salt. What's that? C-A-A-L-T? S-A-L-T? What? That was the other one. Salt comes from Saul, which is son, the son behind the son, and seed. Now, in order to illuminate this seed is encased, it's trapped. Zeus trapped it in a mentor, the deepest part of the subconscious, which is inside of you. Trapped, the Titan. It's encased under a stone place called Tartarus, or Rayleigh, or a mentor. In order to free this seed, you got to drink water. The dew of light is thy dew that the children of Israel is raised up. And when you drink water, this rock, this water goes across this rock, and the more this water goes across this rock, this particular rock breaks down. You know how you take some mud and you put the water across it and you can see the mud start withering away? You see what I'm saying? Hell, water, if it go water crack a damn mountain, that's where you get your creek shit from. Water will go through a motherfucking mountain. You see water, you see mountain don't shit. Fuck with a mountain, but water. And where there's mountain, there's water. What's that? What? Salt? That's exactly. Right. So, in here is a little seed, and that seed is a little world, a new dimension. Remember Yoda say size matters not? Go back and look at doggone Men in Black. He said, you earthers always thinking a shit is big. They were shaking the little dog. The dog represented Sirius, the dog star. Anybody saw the damn shit? You gotta go see these movies when I tell you about this shit. He was shaking the dog. Dog, they say the universe is, the galaxy is on Orion's belt. Orion's belt is 3 stars. 3 stars, 1, 2, 3. The third star, in the middle, the chief star, which is the biggest star, is what? Sirius. Okay? That also represents the pituitary gland, the hypothalamus gland, and the pineal gland. He said that the galaxy is on Orion, and Orion is where? On the motherfucking Earth. You either get the galaxy back or we're going to blow up the Earth. Remember that? They always save the Earth in the movie, but you know that. Okay, right? And he was shaking the dog. He said, you think size is everything. You remember at the end they was throwing the little balls, some little universe. You see a big-ass universe, and then he get a little ball, and he was throwing them in a little box, playing with the shit. You saw that, God playing with the thing. Anyway, size matters not. There's seed and it's a whole little world. Go get Dr. Zeus thing where they got the elephant, the little elephant, and he got a little flower, and on the flower is a ball of dust, and then they looked in the ball of dust, it was a whole other world. That's how it is. We are only this big. We're being magnified out to think this is reality. These eyes are cheap. So the new seed that is encased is inside of here, which is called an atom, invisible. So the melanin is the triple blackness of space, but it's got one seed. Now, what is the melanin? The melanin is a composite of every mineral in the on the earth, plus some that's outside of the earth, which is this white seed, which is another dimension. So in order to do it, you must drink water, and the actual water, it will make some of this stuff cool down, and it goes in the bloodstream, and you get drunk by it. I know what I'm talking about. Right now, I've been drinking, if I drink a gallon of water, I'll be drunk, I'll be high as shit. That's because everything that goes in the composite of fermentation is inside your damn body. Shit ferment every day in your body. And that gets you drunk. Everything in the universe is inside your body, so all you got to do is drink the still water. Water, they kept telling you in Doom. They say, we must stop Paul Atreides. He must not drink the water of life. Water means knowledge, but water is also, water is soluble. It's a solution. You get it? The water of life is the dew of light. You see. Your brain distilleth or do, but once you drink this water, this stuff goes throughout your whole body. So the key we was thinking was all this diet stuff. That's just to damn keep the vessel clean or fulfilled. But the vessel is still the most rotten thing. The body alone is the most terrible thing in the universe. So you can get stuck by worshiping the body, by cleaning out the body, when the only thing you need is fucking water. That's why in the Gospel of Thomas they say, what kind of diet should we do? He said, why do what you don't, why do what you hate? What kind of fast you want us to go on? Gospel of Thomas said, why do what you hate? Blessed is the man who eat the lion, because the lion become part of the man. Cursed is the man who get eaten by the damn lion. And he become part of the damn lion. A lower essence. You see? So they ain't got nothing to do with that. You can get stuck in there. It's water. That's the key. Now, show you what I'm talking about. They give you the MSG, and what MSG does, it dehydrates you. It's sodium. It dehydrates you. Now they're telling you you get sick, take Campbell soup. Campbell soup is 100% MSG, and it dehydrates you. That's why they got soft drinks in the black community. Now I'm going to show you something on this type thing. There's old saying, what is good to you is not necessarily good for you. Right now, you know that water is the ultimate essence. Right now, if I tell you to drink 2 straight glasses of water down, you probably kill your damn self doing it. And if I give you 2 cans of Coca-Cola, your motherfucking asses will drink them down and might get a whole third. But what does Coke do? Dehydrates you. What does juice do? All that juice shit. Juice dehydrates your ass. Water. So that ought to let you know that what it is your body is not used to water, because the lower nature can't take the damn water, and it rebels against it. So the more water you drink, that's the key. Water, that's the key. The water of life. The powers of evil, the superpowers, okay, is indigenous people, to rid themselves of the people that harms it, need the powers of the superpowers of the planet, which is the powers of evil. Now, I've been talking about this evil thing all night. Let me explain this to you right now. Let me explain this to you about evil on relative terms. The evil that fundamentalistic religion is talking about, and the white boy is giving you all this good shit now, is this. This is this world that we are in, and it is the source of evil because it holds us down. Our world is in the center of this world, being held down at this world. Being held down with this world. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what you call evil is only good relative to the physical world, and the physical world is an illusion. So that what you call evil is good relative to the spiritual world, because the spiritual world is against the physical world. So does this mean you're supposed to go out and kill up some people? No. Because once you make it a physical act, you have brought it into the physical world, and you have made it physical. You have made it into an illusion. It's mental. So hate is good. If you are a spiritual person, then you're supposed to hate the world, the physical. You see what I'm saying? They're telling you to love the physical. The physical is a creation of a demiurge, God Zeus, who wants to keep you. You're supposed to rebel against that. They say we rebel against God. You're damn right. You see what I'm saying? Even if you just take the story at face value, Lucifer wanted to be like God. Well, even if Lucifer was the son of God, when you grow up, don't you want to be like your damn daddy? What the hell is wrong with that shit? So that's a contradiction in terms even on that particular part. If you're supposed to be an equal and just society, you're always supposed to be like the most highest part of the family, of the society. That's what you're supposed to aspire to be. That's contradiction. They say we're supposed to aspire to be like Christ. Well, wasn't that what Lucifer was trying to do? Ain't that a goddamn contradiction? Oh, you're supposed to be more God-like and aspire to be Christ-like. Wasn't that what the fuck Lucifer was doing and got chastised for trying to be like that motherfucker? If he was the son, I'm a grown man, shit, give me a part of the kingdom. Even if we take the story on that part, there's contradictions in that. But on the other hand, we're talking about powers of energy and the Lucifer being the most primal light that's coming down to do with the lesser light. Now, so the powers of good, this good that we're talking about is only relative based on the physical. And that's good towards the physical. We're talking about the spiritual, which is the real. In the book, in the Hermetic book, the dialogue between Tot and Hermes is telling Tot, there ain't nothing on the earth real. Reality can't come down on that low point. Reality is too divine to even get that low, so the earth is only an illusion. So therefore, good in the illusion is only sustaining the illusion. It's still an illusion. And that's what so-called the Bible says Satan is. Now, let's go to the final phase of this particular part and get deep into this particular mystery right here on the demonic energy. Explain on what this thing is right now. Let's deal with the demonic energy. Huh? Well, you know, we got to do what we got to do. You know, so we good to go. We got to do what we got to do. Okay. When you go and get an award, let's say you work to put together a movie. The movie was a big budget and it took a cast of thousands. And when you get up on award night, you say, I would like to thank the little people who work behind the scenes. Right? That's what the demons are. The demons are the little people that help your monkey ass out that you have disowned. Now, let me explain what this is right now so you can understand what this is right now. Like it or not, we come hardwired with a complete set of 12 six-packs of goetic demons. Occasionally and unwittingly catch one and put it into work whenever we are forced to discipline ourselves to learn a specific skill in times and stress. Now, what does this mean? It says, let me get this right. It says, okay, stress. Let me write it. Okay, specific skill and stress. Okay. Most of the time, however, you must run amok at our expense, and we must allow them to randomly discharge their energy in whichever direction and offers the least resistance. They are units of the untamed natural forces within ourselves that we have ignored, denied, and disowned. They surface to do mischief when our ambiguous and when it is ambiguous and our resistance is low. After we have committed an embarrassing act of an unfortunate stupidity, you are really referring to them when you slap your forehead and scream, I am my worst enemy. As long as they are ignored and controlled, they are dangerous and hungry as beasts in an abandoned zoo. Now what this means is this. Aleister Crowley states that the demons are the demons of Goetia, which is the lesser key of Solomon, which is a book that show you what all these archetypes inside your head that you call demons, are in actuality portions or unused portions of the human brain. Now, what does this mean? In your brain, the white boy tell you that we only use 2% of our brain. That's because we are now trained in the European society, and he can only use 2% of his damn brain because that's all that motherfucker got. And you so think that he's so damn smart, and that's 2% of the brain. The other portions of the brain, when you tap into it, because you are not used to it, you understand? You become scared of it. So, the part of the brain that you don't use, every now and then when you get a new experience and the shit is different, you go, oh shit, I think I'm going crazy. You know? No. It's just that you are not trained to accept anything on a higher level. White boy can't take it at all because, first of all, he's going into a dimension that's alien from him. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's only on the 2% thing. So it's dialectically opposite. He can get killed. You, it's your primal self on who you're trying to get back to be, and what Christianity is telling you that you supposed to rebel against, the demonic forces. So the Gotia demons are what they call the Gotia, or Goetia, which is these group of demons, which is in actuality the portions of brain that you don't use, and when you tap into it, because it's a new experience, you get scared. And the boogeyman is scared of anything that is new to them. And basically, human existence, you are always afraid of something that's new. It's like the first time I went to a damn Muslim shit. You know, you be like, you be up in that shit, tell me, yeah, you be like, goddamn, I wonder if I'm going to hell for this shit. You know, I'm talking about, you know, everybody can identify with that shit who grew up Muslim. And you've been in the damn fundamentalistic church. And the first thing I did when I went to see Farrakhan, I told my boy, I say, the Muslims, you know, do they believe in, the first thing you ask is, do they believe in God? And are they going to heaven and all that old bullshit? Because you done learned some other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's because you've been trained that damn way. So you be up in there like, damn, I wonder if I'm going to hell for this thing. Just the same thing when some people look and say, man, I wonder, maybe tonight somebody in your mind say, this brother is talking all this shit about Satan. What if that motherfucker wrong? Yeah, you said, what if that nigga wrong? And I'm like, man, shit, we going to hell. That's what we talking about here, is when you tap in the regions of your brain, but that's what you got to do, because they say you must face Vader. Although the Star Wars gives up, they kill Vader in the end. They keep telling damn Luke, you must face Vader. You see, you must face Vader. You see what I'm saying? So you must face the actual demons that you're talking about here. Okay, now, let's deal with some things right here on the demon thing. You got a tree of life that I talk about. I'll draw it. It's much simpler to draw it. You got a tree of life that I talk about. And you always see me draw this diagram of the tree of life, which is inside of you. You got the tree of life, and I draw this diagram all the time. You know, draw this diagram all the time. And in this particular tree of life, you got, let's see. You got this here, and this is the cross that Jesus supposed to hung across, but they borrowed from the Hebrew shit. They just came and just borrowed up a whole lot of shit from people. Now, in this particular tree of life, what you don't realize is this is the day side of the tree. This is the Christ Sephirah, which means light. What you don't realize, there's a night side of the tree that starts right here and goes on up to Ain. It's a form of Ain here. And this stuff here is dark. And this is called the night side of Eden, or the night side of the tree, and it's called the Kalipoth. And this is the day side that you do understand, and that's the Christ that you've been trained on, but this is after the fact. What's actually happening is this particular side is illuminating from this side. So this is the part of the brain that you don't deal with. You deal with this part of the brain. You understand where I'm coming from? Now, the Hebrew Messiah is called Metatron, and Metatron is a deity that's not on the top. Metatron is not a deity that's not only on the top, but Metatron is also down here. Is Metatron. He's not only occupies Keva, or Keter, he's also down here. Down here. So, the same God that is up here has fallen down here, and this is supposed to be the fall of Lucifer. This is the one true God, Metatron. So this is why all of a sudden they'll come and say that Jesus was a Jew, and he was the son of a Jew, and all this kind of thing here, and the king of the Jews, which is Greek name, which is not a Jewish language, but the Jews had a doggone Messiah, Metatron, which in the Holy Kabbalah, it says in the Holy Kabbalah that Lucifer in the end will be raised up again as an angel of light. And in the Holy Kabbalah, in the Zohar, it says, never a Hebrew man is supposed to curse Satan. Why is that? Samuel, the snake. Why the fuck in the Kabbalah, which is the true thing, which is the esoteric version, which is higher than the Torah, and the Torah is only 5 books of Moses. 5 books of Moses, which is the four books is water, air, fire, earth. Water, air, fire, earth, which is the 4 elements. The fifth element is the pineal gland in the brain in the body. 5 books of Moses is talking about the 5 elements of the body, or the 5 elements of nature. That's what the shit is esoterically, which is talking about melanin. So the book is inside your head. So in the particular, in A.E. Waite's Kabbalah, it says that the Satan will be raised up as an angel of light. In the Zohar, they say, do not curse Satan. Why do they say that? It's to the initiative saying, in the end time, you're going to find out that that's the true God. Metatron. Metatron. Osiris, Allah, Satan. The all in all. Allah means all in all. In ancient Greece, the god Satan is called Pan, the Baphometic goat. And he means all in all. This picture of Pan that you've seen, became the prototype of the devil for the Christians, is the Baphometic goat, which is the god Pan with the horns. It's called all in all, with the 3rd eye, which is the star, which is the all in all. You get it? Now, which is the picture of Pan. Now, to deal with this particular part, Metatron is that particular angel that you didn't learn about because Jesus came and took his place of Greek deity that we got into. It's going to all come together. I'll tell you that you need to get this tape and study this particular tape, and it's going to all come together. Now, let's deal with some things here. This is some information here that the white man begged me not to get. You don't need that shit. Nah, you don't need that book. It ain't going to tell you nothing. The other white boy say, look, it ain't but 4 damn pages. He said, but these 4 pages is the best stuff I found on these demons. So I walked out of the thing. I said, well, 4 pages, I ain't going to pay no $16 to get no 4 damn pages. And I got all the way downtown, and the Spirit said, go your ass back and get the book. And I turned around and got the book. I said, the Spirit told me to come back and get the book. Then I realized what the demons are. And I'm going to read this thing to you so you can find out what it is about the demons. Now, this is what it means right here about the demons. This is what it means. As a structure, this is called the demonic notes on demonic philosophy. If some of the people want it, I can give you a Xerox copy of this thing, only 3 pages. Notes on demonic philosophy. The structure of the human universe is based upon and described as the Kabbalistic system. The demonic universe is structured also called the Kalipoth. The Kalipoth is that dark part. It is the dark part. There is a demonic plane which roughly corresponds with the terrain plane, which is this physical plane. Although it would be more accurate to describe this plane as a combination of counterparts of our astral plane and terrain plane altogether. The 9th and 10th Kalipoth aspect is combined into the Galaham, so does the demonic terrain and astral plane consist in the same physical space. Now what they mean by that is this. You got an astral nature, which is your aura, which is the light aura that sticks out from you. As well as you got an astral nature, you got a dark nature. But now all these damn esoteric shit is not telling you to turn towards the light. When you're supposed to be turning towards the dark to create a new light, which is stronger and grown stronger. Now, the universal structure of the demonic planes is similar to that of the human universe. For a basic explanatory purpose, their universe is usually considered beneath the human universe, which is also the human universe is what you live in, and beneath is also talking about inwardly. Anytime you see the word beneath. For a basic explanatory, now listen, In actuality, however, their universe exists as an alternative dimension on a parallel plane to our own. This is the plane that you function off of, which is the dead plane. A parallel to that is a plane inside of you, that other universe, to your own. So when they're telling you to turn against the damn demons, they're telling you to turn against the damn other universe that the damn Christians be singing about. I'm going to heaven. It's a ball of confusion. You going there and all, and you scared of there and shit. At least the preachers are. Now, this may be described as an opposite or negative to our positive. We talk about energy. You got that? Their home is essentially a negative earth, which means it's the same damn earth. Negative is not talking about negative as far as bad. It's talking about inner, opposite. Remember I drew the circle? A negative earth. And their demons are counterparts to humans dominating the world in which they dwell. So a counterpart, a demon is nothing but a counterpart to you. That's called your doppelganger, or your double, that you get the word diable, that you get the word devil from. Your double self. You get it? That's what a demon is. So they're telling you to start the demonic forces of satanic demonic forces. You know what I'm saying? A human could never survive there, neither physically, nor astrally. In fact, they would probably it would probably be possible for one to violently travel there astrally. So they're talking about a human can never who he's talking about can never survive there. See, they're breaking this shit down. This shit is all coming together. A human can't survive there. They're talking about fucking white people. They say they'll violently get fucked up. That ain't got shit to do to you, because I done been there. And ain't shit happened. Come back mad. I've been coming back mad for 5 damn years and stuff, because ain't nothing happening, because you can't get an experience of what your self is if you're trying to manifest that itself. You just got to be that self at this particular time. Now, look at, now, there are 72 primarily Gothic demons. Now, this is 1997, and 9 times 7 is what? 1998. 9 times 8 is what? 72. Now, we right on time with this thing. That means that you have the 72 energy sources is now lined up with itself. That's why the Spirit gave me this particular energy on the dark side and told me you must face your dark side. Now, let me explain something to you right now before we go. This is what happened. I went up to New York, and I met up with a brother named Bill Lilly. Bill Lilly would get people in his house 2 or 3 years, tell them I'm the devil. And he said, Robert, you should see them running the hell out of here. He said, they be getting out. They said, that nigga crazy. He said, no, you don't understand. I am not Satan. I'm Satan daddy. He said, them niggas will be running the hell out of Dodge. Okay. I came up to New York, and we had been talking about this particular thing, but see, I was still putting it in the place of a word and saying it was good like Jesus Christ. I didn't realize I was supposed to be dealing with facing the evil. That means lived backwards. Those who live, the Titans. Which evil is actually good in the other realm. It's not just be positive in this realm, but this realm is fucked up. So it takes the evil to tear this realm down. We will live for the simple doggone fact because we that energy. We are being restricted. I went to New York and I said, man, I now understand the true powers of evil. What we call evil in this realm is only relative to this realm, is actually good in the other realm, and it takes that particular thing opposite to tear this realm down. He said, how long have you come into this particular part on the evil? See, we've been talking about the devil for the last 5 or 6 years, last 3, 4 years. How long you came in this? I said somewhere around October, some other stuff started coming where I say, I truly understand. I say, I had the data for years and I spit out the data, but having data and understanding is a whole other thing. I say, they got children in the 1st grade that can read on a motherfucking college level. You give them a damn book this thick and they can read every word in it. But if you ask them what it says, they couldn't tell you. I say, your understanding is different than the data. That's where the spiritual part. You know Bill Lilly. You met Bill. He said, how long you came into this? I said, around October it started. I really started getting what they were saying with this particular part. The Spirit came and said, man, you got to face me. If you're trying to become me, you got to be me, and I'm the power of darkness, because I am from the creation, the Alpha. Then I become the Omega. And you're looking at the Christ part, everybody's trying to become Christ. That's the wrong way. You got to become Satan. Get behind me. You see what I'm saying? Which is the power. I'm backed up by the powers of God. So you got it backwards. The white boy is teaching it backwards. He said even when you was dealing with the Satan thing, you knew that was set in ancient deity, one man God, you still was thinking of it as this good person, ooh, flowing robe and all that old bullshit. Say, no, we talking about another energy. You got to reline it up. You got to line it up. Anyway, I was telling him, he said about October. He said, look, man. He said around the same time, he said a couple of weeks ago, he said I was in the shop, and there was a woman, she can't speak no English, and she reads people. She's from Haiti, she's from Cuba. He said I came up in there, and she told everybody, get the hell out. Everybody, get the hell out. She said it in Spanish, and the other woman said, y'all, she said, get the hell out. He came up in there about a year. He came up about 2 years ago, and she said, listen, he brought a brother up in there to get a reading. She said, there's a God that's around you. He's so powerful till I can't read this brother out of respect for this God that's around you, this entity that's around you. So you got to leave. He got to leave and come back another day, because out of respect, I can't do nothing in his presence, because this person around you is powerful. Anyway, that was years ago, about 2 years ago. So she told everybody the other week, she said, get the hell out, everybody. And she went to him, and now she's only channeling from what she hears. This woman is a Cuban that has no concept of what she's saying, because what she says to him, you shouldn't tell another human being, because the human being might not understand it, but she had to tell him. She said, listen, she said, you, Bill Lilly, are pure evil. There is no good in you. You shouldn't be wearing nothing but all black. And then she turned with him and says, I wish I had your power. He said, oh shit, hold on 1 minute. He went to the other woman and said, I want to know, can you kind of translate this? She said, the other woman talked, he was trying to ask to see that she get it right. And the other woman realized, Chandler must have told him he don't believe it right now. He believes it. He wants you to be right, but he's trying to understand on whether you telling him right. And she hollered out, blah, 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 blah. And the woman said, she said, you don't need to, she said, my mama said that you don't need to tell me shit. She told you what it was. He said, okay, I get it now. Now, basically, what she told him, it must have was coming from a higher source, because you shouldn't tell another human being that if you don't know what time it is. Soon as he said it, we started rejoicing. I said, I know what the hell you talking about here. And when she said, I wish I had your power, see, if you into the fundamentalistic, you would think this shit here, you would think that this was some crazy shit. But when she said it, I said, man, we was in New Jersey. We caught the damn train over to New York. I said, because we got to meet with Bill Lilly. I said, you know, I came all the way up here to meet with you so you could tell me this. I said, I got it now. I said, it's interesting, because when I was telling him some stuff about it, he said, wait a minute. When did you tap into this? And what it was, it had corresponded at the same time. Now, what the woman was telling him, she wasn't talking about no fucking wicked and no shit like that she was talking about your energy. And said you had reached that melanated stage, and we had corresponded at the same damn time. And I understood what was going on. Now, going back to this particular part, let me explain something here. This is what it says here. There are 72 Gothic demons, and it says, are called fallen angels or spawns. In the movie Spawn, and they wanted him to change to the dark side, but they took him up to the light side. They reversed the movie. He was supposed to get their fucking hell spawn, because that's the real deal melanated spirit. But they changed it to the light, and that's after the fact. That's the old light. They brought him back to save the earth. They reversing all the shit in the movies. That's the old light. He was supposed to go to get the damn shit right, go into your subconscious. The suit he had on was pure melanin. And they said, what? You only use your powers when you get mad, when you're supposed to line it all up. It's reversed. Because the white people now is telling everybody to turn to the light with that Virgin Mary bullshit. But the last woman out there in Conyers told them motherfuckers, because they come out there and Virgin Mary and shit, give them a little bit of shit, and they go home happy. Yeah, we got an extension. This time she must have had an entity overrode that old bullshit, light entity, and them motherfuckers said, get ready for the worst war y'all ever meet in y'all life. And she said that shit and hauled ass. I know them crackers wasn't ready for that. That was bad news. She said, get ready for it. And she ain't talking about no Saddam Hussein, some invention that they did, trying to do a false messiah. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. You understand? Now, by human standards, whose lives are really, hold on. By human standards who last 1 century, talking about your lives last 1 century, these beings might appear to be immortal, technically, this world to be obscure assumption. They would be considered to be mortal beings, but they will die eventually, either through injury or illness, but probably not through natural causes of such old age. Now, when they said that, I said, okay, I see what this motherfucking white boy is saying. Now, I got to slow down and just read this shit again. First of all, the white boy was talking about demons, and he said, just as you got your universe, they got their universe. They're talking about in and out. Then he says that some humans can't even visit there. He was talking about the white boy. But then right here, he makes some shit right here where he put the demons in the physical, and this is what he says again. And when I said this, I said, okay, the 3 little pages in the whole book, because the book is all this old ritual shit. And I said, that shit don't even work for black people. But the 3 little pages was worth the damn $12 for 3 pages, because that's how I do shit. To get to the truth, I'll spend $12 for 3 pages, or $100 for 1 to get the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? That ain't nothing for me to spend $100 in a damn book. Now, by human standards, whose lives rarely last a century, these beings might appear immortal. Well, first you think they're talking about somebody outside of the body, but he keeps on to say, and technically, this world is an obscure assumption. They would not be considered mortal beings, but they shall die eventually. So they're not mortal beings. He's talking about 2 people living on the same planet in the physical bodies, trapped. He said they say they will die eventually, either through injury or illness, but probably not from natural causes such as old age. Now, if you understand the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, say we used to live to be 200-300 years old. And either you had to kill your damn self through illness or injury, but not through old age. So who are the fucking demons he's talking about here? The demons here are actually black people. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. Now, what the word demon comes from the word agodamian, which means one's true self. That's all it means. One's true self. Now, what it means is that you don't need to be worshiping nothing. Why? Because every black man and every black woman is a higher God or a higher entity. And you could be worshiping somebody and me worshiping a motherfucker down the street on crack. You don't know that nigga got energy too. He just on crack. So you need to tap into your own self, because that's the power in the damn doorway of what they're actually talking about here. You see what I'm saying? The doorway on what they're actually talking about here. Do you know that they also say that the demons in the Kabbalah, in that Kabbalah Unveiled, which is by MacGregor Mathers, they say, well, what are these demons you talking about? They say that it's called Hydra, which is the beast, the typhon of the Hydra, which is the beast of Revelations, which in Jeremiah says is Sebek. And Sebek is known as a crocodile, which is a symbol of melanin. So the beast of Revelations is us. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons in all. The word devil or double, doppelganger, comes from the word diabol, which means 2 balls. 2 balls. Remember, I told you that Prometheus, when he was freed by Hercules, he said he gave him some balls. He gave him some balls, some golden balls. This is what these particular balls are. The two balls are this. Even when you talk about two balls, this is a ball, which is a ball inside a ball. This is a ball. These are esoteric symbols. And then you have another type of ball, which the vesica in the middle represents the doggone vagina. All of these are all symbols of the actual soul. But in the Book of the Dead, they show the people getting into heaven, and they show a bunch of people with their goddamn head cut off, but the only ones that are able to get into heaven is the one with this circle and the black dot, right on the temple walls of Dendera. The only ones that are able to ascend is the one with this particular black dot. It's right there in damn Budge's book, the gods of the Egyptians, with this particular part here. And they got a man going into the upper realm, and he got that black dot. And the other ones who don't have this block, they got them turned upside down with the damn heads cut off. And that's in the temple of Dendera. You see what I'm saying? And they talk about dying of two deaths. There's some people, we have two heads, and the other people have one head. And the one-headed ones can't go to the other thing because they only got one head for this realm, but they don't have a second head for the other realm, which is the inner head. So their head get cut off, and that's what they call dying a second death. They even talk about that in the Bible, dying a damn second death. You see what I'm saying? Dying an actual second death. Now, so you will see in masonry, you will see an eagle with two heads on it, which is the 33rd degree. You could also get the good pictures in the Secret Teachings of All Ages, Manly P. Hall. But also you will see a god called Janus. He's on some coins. They got a company called Janus, and Janus is a man. He has two heads. He got a head on this side. You know, let's say it's a head on this side and a head on this side. You know what I'm saying? It's a man with two heads and all. And it's called Janus. The Janus head. One head and all. It's also in that particular book about the one head and the two heads in that thing called quantum psychology. Quantum psychology. Now, in this particular book here, it's trying to give you an essence of your energy. In order to try to reprogram your mind, you're going to have to read certain stories. Now, these are the Cthulhu mythos. You can't get these in regular stores. You're going to have to go to comic book stores. There's about 13 of these, and I got all of them. And this is the true history of our world where we fail and all, but there's stories written, and this is the Disciples of Cthulhu, and this is number 10. I got all of them. But in here, there's a section called Darkness, My Name Is. And in here, it talks about this particular darkness and how it's been under the ground, been hidden for so long, and all it does is hates, hates, hates. Now, what is this talking about? They say, but one day it'll wreak havoc and destroy the world. But anyway, these are the Cthulhu books by Chaos Fiction. And it's about, you got some and all this, and there's about 10 of them. No, there's about 12 or 13, now maybe 15, but this is one of those particular books where they talk about that the actual hate is good, because Deepak Chopra and them is telling you to love, 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 and what in actuality we're talking about energy, and there's a switch in the mechanism, and how your energies have to do is you got to violently rebel. Now, does this mean physically going out shooting people? No, we're talking about a concept spiritually. Now, what I mean by that is this. The melanin is a cosmic computer. The melanin is like the damn Rubik's Cube. Remember the Rubik's Cube? Remember that shit came out in damn 1981? Same year, a whole lot of shit happened. Oh no. Remember the Rubik's Cube came out? And you had to line that shit up? And you had motherfuckers can do that shit like it wasn't nothing. That's how the melanin is. So, we was thinking that we had to do a whole lot of physical shit. All the breathing and the meditation and all that kind of shit. And although that does prepare the physical body, but we can jumpstart this shit by thinking. See, C. Freeman L. used to tell us, and he was eating fish and drinking them motherfucking Old English 800s, and we couldn't understand. This man teaching us, he's smoking. He kept saying, I've been in this shit years. In the neophyte, you figure you got to be a compulsiveness. And so he said that you can bypass that. The melanin don't work physically. So to physically think you got to do something, you can't never break it. The melanin is subconscious. And in order to work and all, the more and more you figure shit out, the more you line the shit up where the damn cube is lined up. Because a cube is what? It's a damn circle. It's four corners. I explained that before we did it. There was a book called A Cube of Space. And they said that the New Jerusalem was a rectangular type circle and all. But the New Jerusalem is still the actual cube of space, which a cube ain't nothing but a damn circle squared. You see what I'm saying? Which is in you, the black dot energy. So you line this thing up by just thinking. And now how do you think? You think by thinking everything opposite and thinking everything that you think that is fearful, everything that you think is morally wrong. You got to embrace that. That's why in the book, Libertas the Awa said, I'm the God of the black earth. I did not come back to chastise you. I bid you not to change from your voluptuous ways and all your follies. So lust is good. Sex is good. They said, look, did you see the damn movie Vampire in Brooklyn? It was a black man. What the fuck he told them? Evil is good. And they was bearing witness to the shit. Although you was thinking the vampire got in them, it's not talking about. The voluptuous ways are good. The voluptuous ways is the doggone nature and the energy of the God that's trapped inside of you wanting to get out. Even when you do destructive things that's harmful to your body, it's still good for the simple fact that the real person is trapped inside. But okay, I understand about time cycles. Well, time cycles before you had 1,000,000 years on the earth, so you had to make the best of a damn good situation. Now we're talking about end time. You can't confuse the cycle. So now the white boy is coming back with all this metaphysical shit and giving you the old shit. Oh, you gotta do all this strenuous hard work, and you ain't got a year, you ain't got a week, because he already killing people in the projects. So that means in actuality, we got to understand that it's talking about a mental thing. You see what I'm saying? And the dark side is, oh, we got to meditate. Well, what do you do when you meditate? You go and you get in the damn dark. When you close your eyes, you get in the dark. So how the hell can the dark side be negative when you close your eyes to meditate? Even right now, if the car get in a wreck, the first thing you do is you get out the car and you go, let me think now. And you close your fucking eyes to get clarity. Right? That means that obviously your spirit tells you what to do when it tells you to damn close your fucking eyes and quit thinking with this motherfucking shit here. That's emotion. Because you know things is always better when you sleep on the bitch. When you go to the darkness, the next day you wake up and go, okay, now I know how I'm going to deal with this shit. Okay, I'm going to do this shit here. But the moment that it happened and you were out there, man, that shit was terrifying. You thought your life was over. You see what I'm saying? That's because you slept on it. You went to the other realm and realized, hey, this ain't shit no way. You see what I'm saying? So this is what we're talking about here. Blaspheming and killing across the land. Now, let's deal with a couple other things right here. Even when they did Star Wars, they had to kill Darth Vader again, although the Darth Vader story tells you what the deal is about the powers of the dark side. Osiris, Elegbar, Ishu, Set, Satan, which is the same thing. Sebek is the beast of Revelation, which is talking about the same thing that the God got you scared of, or that the Bible got you scared of at this particular time. Now, let me show you this diagram so you can understand what I'm talking about. And you've probably seen me show you this diagram before and all, but you need to see this diagram to understand. This is one of the greatest diagrams ever presented. It's coming out of the book Liber Chaos. I don't know if they got any more Introduction into Chaos Magic. You do? You got Liber Null and the Psychonaut, which is very good too. But Liber Chaos, this is what we're talking about here.